Coach Brown, congratulations on a great year. I know it was a tough day today, but we'll ask you to give a brief opening statement before you introduce each of the players that you brought in here today, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, it was great, like you mentioned. We were very blessed to have the opportunity to play in this game. We were very humbled to play in it, and we give God all the glory for being in this position to start with, and Weddington played an incredible game. They're a very well coached team, a very good team. Just today they made a couple more plays than us, but I'm very proud of what we had accomplished this year after losing a bunch of guys from last year's team, and these guys coming together and really working hard and getting better every day. So I'm very excited for these guys, and I'm happy for them, and so.
All right, well, we will start with questions here in the room. So guys, if you want to go ahead and ask questions in the room, and then we'll take some from Zoom.
Yeah, so Victor Hensley, Chatham News and Records. Coach Brown, Weddington has kind of dominated a bunch of teams this year, but it didn't dominate you guys today. You probably played one of their best games against them all year long. So, I mean, what was kind of the key to do that?
I think our size and length kind of bothered them. And we have a lot of weapons in the inside and the outside, so I don't think they've seen that in the past this year, and we try to take advantage of it as much as possible. But again, they made a few more plays towards the end of the game.
Troy, Gene Galin from the Chatham Journal. I was talking to your mom before the game started, and she said you and her have had some discussions about your playing time and how you've contributed to this team, but she says that she is blessed to have you as a son and that you're a dual sports type of athlete. What's the season meant to you? What's the season meant to you and your mom?
Being honest, it's really meant a lot because nobody thought we were going to be here, and it just means a lot to have these guys behind me and just keep on pushing me to go harder every day. And again, we just came together and we tried to win it all, but we came up short.
Building on that same question, she said that you, and I think both of us who covered you the whole season, have been an integral part and have contributed a lot to the leadership of this team. Can you tell us a little bit about how you've kind of taken the leadership with the other seniors in leading these freshmen this year?
Yeah, for sure. So talking off of that, just like whenever they get rattled or anything like that, we kind of just like put our arm around them and be like, hey man, it's okay, like we're good, just take a deep breath, because me and most of the seniors have been in that type of situation before, where it's close game and not a lot of time left on the clock. So we kind of just know how to handle those type of situations, and we're trying to get them to be able to understand how we do that.
Yeah, Drake and Jared, you guys freshmen playing your first state championship game, and there, late in the second half, you guys were down by about 10. But it didn't seem like any of you guys ever quit. You guys kept trying to score, kept trying to cut down that lead. How you guys, both as freshmen, how were you guys kind of able to keep a composure out there and not kind of give back?
I think personally, we were both trained for this really. Like coming from AAU, I think we played at a pretty high level. My team, we played up in a couple of basketball tournaments, and Coach Brown, he's a great leader, so we just trust him.
Just can't quit, You never know what can happen. You can make some shots, get some stops. You can get, you never know what will happen, so.
Did you guys get to see that video that you got from the alumni that came out, I think, yesterday?
I did.
What were your thoughts about all those guys from, I think, as far back as 1991, if I'm not mistaken, saying, hey, we're cheering for you. What was your feeling when you saw that?
I felt very warm-hearted because the people in the past, they're cheering for us as if they were playing the game. So I think it's really cool.
I agree. I think it's very cool that they help cheer us on, even though they graduated a long time ago. That shows how connected they are to the school and how much they support us.
Going back to Troy real quick, similar question. You actually had one of your former, one or two of your former teammates from last year on that video. What do you think when you saw that?
Honestly, it was great to see them, and it just shows how much they support us and how much this program means to them. And yeah, it was just a great sight to see. I wasn't really expecting it, so it was fun to watch.
Like Coach Brown, you guys have a few seniors on this team. You know, you guys went to the Final Four last year. Now you win the state championship. Came up a little bit short, but kind of talk about all of your seniors and Coach Troy and what they kind of mean to this program.
I mean, so starting with Troy, you guys already kind of mentioned, he's our heart and soul. He's the only returner who had playing time last year on that team. And he comes up big during practice. He's our emotional and our leader on the floor, and a tremendous hard worker. I can always count on Troy no matter what. Colby Burleson, probably the hardest working individuals I've ever met in my life. Every summer we make 21,000 shots, and this summer I think he was around 98,000 that he made, and during the pandemic. And he loves the game. He's a tremendous player. He loves to be around it. And I think that motivates a lot of guys to see him work as hard as he did, and to get them, to working a little bit harder. And then Tucker, Tucker is a guy who just cleans up the boards. He works hard. Every single practice he tries his best. I mean, he gives his best effort every single day he's on that court. He never takes a day off. I mean, that's for all the four seniors. They never took a day off. Never. They could have had a lot of excuses this year, and especially during the pandemic, and they never took a day off. And then Aiden had improved so much in these last couple of years to be a pretty big contributor for us. He comes up with big rebounds, and tonight he came up big with a lot of big offensive rebounds and ones. So I mean, the four seniors, they're the ones we talked about in the locker room. Last year's team, they kind of set the tone. But these seniors here, these four seniors, they had the hardest job. And I told them in the summer, I'm like, you guys are going to have the hardest job to make sure this culture and this program goes the way we want it to go. And that is an upward hill. And they met that challenge. And I think they passed a lot of knowledge on to Fred and Drake and Jaron and those freshmen, and what it takes to be a Charger basketball player. I love them. I mean, I love every single one of those kids in that locker room. I feel for them. I really do. I wish I could have done more for them today. I hurt for them, but again, it's a game of basketball and it's life, and we don't always get what we want. And I told the guys, like I told them last year, one game doesn't identify us, and it's not, it would have been cool to win a state championship, but that's not who we are. We're children of God, and we glorify Him in wins and losses, and I just hope that they understand that this one moment doesn't define who they are, and they should be proud of what they accomplished this year.
I got one last question. This is from the players. I actually asked this at every one of the conferences I've gone to in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Coach Brown, on a couple of interviews, has said that you guys are a no-excuse team, and that he's looking to train you to be good basketball players and good people. what's one of the most important thing, or two of the most important things that Coach Brown has taught you this year about basketball or life? Troy?
I'd like to say that one thing I take away from Coach Brown is that, like, you can never give up. It doesn't matter how many points you're down or whatever you're dealing with, like in school or whatever, you can never give up. And you always have to keep pushing forward, and you always have to give the glory to God, because we can't really do anything without Him by our side.
Talking about basketball, I think effort on the defensive end, like, you can't really teach defense. I guess it's just playing with effort, playing with heart, and depending on the people around you.
What I learned is mentality. You know, you have to have that like dog inside you to make sure that you be aggressive and stuff. So that helps you be successful.
All right, any questions from Zoom? If not, gentlemen, I want to say congratulations on a great season. Excellent, excellent year. You guys fought really hard, came a long way. You got a lot to be proud of. So keep your chin up and let's celebrate that with your teammates today. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.